Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we are back with the same topic around the compatibility of Islam with the West or with American lifestyle, all of that. So, Brother Abdullah, we were going over a list of questions that I had in mind, and I've heard from other non-Muslims also. And there is a new industry, and they call it corn instead of the real name.
I got you.
Because if you say the real name, they flag the video. So corn had a different style now. It used to be like just videos recorded and people watch it. Now they have different services that they actually interact with the actor or the actress, and they ask her to do things, and she would do it.
OnlyFans.
There you go.
Like
that's the biggest one right now.
Okay.
And there are lots of problems with it, of course. But what in a case like this, Islam, of course, prohibits that kind of behavior. Prohibits a female from doing something like this,
100%.
Prohibits males from consuming that kind of material. But from what I hear, they make tons of money. So when you come to them,
some of the actresses, they're making millions a month.
Yeah.
How are you gonna make that as an engineer or doctor or something?
And that's
the pull of the.
That's the point. So if we come to them and say, listen,
fast money, slow problems. Fast money means slow problems. But yeah. So good news is just literally a few days ago, and I did not know he was going to ask this question, but this is an interesting question. A few days ago, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram and so on, a famous lady that's involved in this industry, she converted to Islam. And she's fasting on Ramadan, and she's saying, guys, you guys are talking about me, but I'm not for this anymore stuff. And I was going to cry, but this is beautiful. I hope we will see many more of this, and I'm sure it had effect. And like, I don't know much about her, and I did very little to minimal research, but they had like 2 million on Instagram. So like, I mean, she had so that hopefully thousands of people thought about it, and like, you can convert to Islam. So a number of things. One is the door's not closed. You can always repent. Like you do that you committing a sin that's considered like completely unacceptable. Shocks the conscience of like religious people and religious communities that might not accept her, but like in Allah, you can be forgiven.
That's right.
You can convert. And a lot of lessons learned. It's beautiful. And then a whole new audience of people are seeing hijab, seeing her talk about Ramadan, seeing her talking about forgiveness, talking about Allah. Like who knows how many of her followers were Muslim or even had Muslim friends? Maybe very small percentage. That's a whole new. She's opening up a whole ocean of people to da'wah. So there's a lot of
Subhanallah.
I'm sure she can tell you. I think it'll only be like a week or two. So I'm sure with time she'll probably talk about it more. I'm sure she'll be interviewed on podcasts and stuff.
She's going to talk to us about how her life changed. Send me the link to one of her videos. I will actually link it to in the description.
Of her like talking about her story.
Yeah.
She I have no doubt that with time she's going to tell you about how her life changed and that she was miserable. Maybe who knows, addicted to what, changed what, who treated her what. And she might not want to share, but if she does share, it maybe inspire other younger ladies that are like, I'm 18, I'm 20, I'd like to make $1 million a month, and my dad makes 30K. 5K a month. I'll make 30 and I'm 18, and then be like, okay, well, do you want to go through XYZ? It's not worth any amount of money and stuff. So we hope that will inspire people.
Subhanallah.
But yeah, original question.
What do we tell them? Because like you mentioned, some of them make let's say $1 million, maybe 100,000 a month, and we come and say, Islam prohibits this.
100%.
So you need to stop it.
To the men or both.
Both, but one by one.
To the lady that's
let's take the lady first.
Let's say she's 18, she's in college. I got years of studies, then years of work to make a little bit of money to pay my car note. Like, it's an attractive lifestyle of making a bunch of money and traveling. Okay. To that lady, she needs to understand that 18, 20, 25, 30, you have a short window of life in which you'll find a partner for marriage. And I know it's not politically correct, but biology is biology. And it's hard to have a kid at 40. It's very easy to have a kid at 20. You got a window, right? So there's biological factors. You're risking not potentially finding someone that you respect and admire for marriage, not being able to raise the kids in a wholesome environment. You're risking some of the most important things that at the end of the day will bring you happiness. All the studies show that nothing makes you more happy, I think for men and for women, nothing makes you more happy than a loving wife, loving husband, loving kids, etc., a good family. The biggest stressors, when people do studies on like what stresses people out, finances are up there, but the biggest stress is having relationship issues like in their close family. So, obviously and vice versa. So you want to be happy, you want to have a good family. You're risking ruining a potential of even long term not having a good family. But of course we have examples of you can always change, but you have a window. And all of life too. Forget about just 20 to 40 and having babies and stuff. You might start this lifestyle at 20, and at 25 you overdose on drugs, someone kills you, someone hurts you, someone attacks you, you die in a car crash, etc. And that was your life. That was your
mention
legacy.
the antidepressants, medication.
I'm sure if they've done studies, they'll find out a lot of people involved in this industry and so on like that were either forced into
It's
it
sad.
or they chose it. They think it's the best thing for them, but then to cope, they have all these drugs and alcohol. I mean, there's layers to it.
Yeah.
May Allah bless them.
So it's not only money. There's a lot more to it than just money.
Money does not equal happiness.
No, absolutely
If
not.
it is, sign me up. Easy money.
Yeah.
Slow money. What is it? Quick money, slow problems.
That's what it is. That's what it
It
is.
might be fun for a little bit. Short-term pleasure, long-term pain.
All right.
What else? To the men.
Another
You
one?
want to speak to the men?
Yes.
Okay. To the men. It's also the same thing. Sins
In fact, if men stop consuming this,
is gone.
we'll go away.
Yeah. Sins in general, this is one example that sins are short-term pleasure, long-term pain. Resisting and fighting against sins, which we're both men, we're going to admit to you that it's not easy. We all have desire. I'm not here to preach to you like I'm like the perfect person and you're like the worst person ever. You got to listen to me. It's not like that. But sins, we all got to struggle. Struggling and fighting against resisting sins is short-term pain, but long-term pleasure. Would you rather be happy for a day or two or like long-term 10, 20 years, be proud of the person you are? So you're going to be being addicted to these things, especially if you're addicted to multiple things, is going to, again, for the man, make it far less likely that you have a woman or wife or someone that respects you and looks up to you and admires you. It's hard to have good, meaningful relationships with friends, co-workers, business partners, investors.
You know what's really interesting?
You're hurting yourself in all things that matter.
Is the
Your fitness is gonna
OnlyFans
destroy your fitness.
OnlyFans girls, they have no respect for their customers. They say we do not respect them. So, brother,
She'll take your money, but she's not gonna like.
So you're wasting your money, your time, and your energy.
You're running after.
On top of that, you're not getting anything other than just watching her doing performing something on the screen, and then the moment is over. It's over. The money is gone. Your respect is gone, and you're not gonna get any of this back. Yet, she doesn't even respect you. She has disrespect for people who consume that material.
Yeah.
So, brothers who consume that kind of thing, rethink it. There are millions of reasons to stop it. Absolutely.
There's an organization called Fight the New Drug. Like
That's what it is.
It's like cocaine.
Yeah.
The new drug.
Corn is one of them. Absolutely.
You gotta fight.
Jazakallah khair, brother.
Find a loving, meaningful relationship with a human being and something you'll be way more fulfilled. Allah says we created you in pairs. We created men and women. We're attracted to each other. We love each other. It's not something to be ashamed of. I think a lot of young men, someone that go into this for a number of reasons, but one of them is that obviously we're visual, so it's difficult. But part of it is also you might grow up in a community or a family that shamed you in the fact that you like girls. But we're here to tell you it's a beautiful thing. We both love women.
Yeah.
Love women.
I do.
Love women.
Yeah.
We love women, but want to get married to a woman and
That's right.
have a meaningful
We'll
relationship
do
with
it. We want to do it the right way,
Yeah.
and with the right woman also. I was gonna ask you about something else related to it. I forgot. So, but the other question is around music.
Okay.
So, music is haram in Islam. So, musicians and people who love music, they say, how would I become Muslim? Well, when I love music and I will be listening to music, what do we tell them?
100%. Music, like all these other sins, is definitely not something Allah can't forgive. Don't let it stop you from becoming Muslim. You want to try to improve your life. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You definitely don't have to be perfect, and you never will be. You don't have to be perfect to start a path of personal development. So don't let that music. I had a friend that was not just doing drugs and doing alcohol. He was the one who was introducing it to a whole community of people. He was introducing it to an entire country. He was a party guy in a whole country, and he was going to convert, but he's like, but I'm the party guy. So he converted and eventually stopped that lifestyle. Eventually, he's a da'iyah.
Slowly, and
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah.
Definitely don't let it prevent you. But can we talk about the harms of music? Music is
absolutely,
music can be very
by
dangerous,
all means.
And yes, music is not all the same, so we're just throwing out the word music. Yeah, okay, there's categories, there's types. We're simplifying. But music, most of what's mainstream today is garbage, it's trash. It's bad for you, both in the instruments and the sounds, and in the lyrics is bad for you. The things that they're talking about is bad. And a lot of my friends, a lot of people I've met have said, Abdullah, you're overanalyzing. It's just a movie, just enjoy the movie. Because I'll be analyzing the movie. Why are they doing this? What's the story? What's the script? What's the agenda? There's millions of dollars behind, there's trillions of dollars behind music. Millions of dollars behind a movie that you watched. You think it's random? You think there's no agenda? Agenda is a set of goals. There's goals behind this. You want you to think a certain type of way, behave a certain type of way, feel a type of way, spend your money, earn your money, and spend your money a type of way, right? Music and movies, they tell you how to love and who to love, how to earn your money, how to spend your money, how to spend your time. You know what that is?
They kind of brainwash you.
It's a brainwash. It's a whole religion. It's a whole deen. It's a whole way of life. So be very careful. What you listen to, what you look at, who you're around, where you're at, what you talk about, all that has an impact on you. Look at all these senses. They connect to the brain, connect to the heart. And then your actions and your lifestyle is going to follow what you believe and what you know from what you sense. So don't be acting like it's just a movie. The 1,000 movies you watch in your life, you think they're not going to impact your life? course they do. 100%
Of course,
they do.
of course.
Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
They have
yeah.
an impact on us. They've impacted me as well.
Even scientifically now proven that music, especially loud music like Metallica and that kind of loud music,
Rock.
they have really bad impact on in addition to hearing,
Oh yeah, hearing loss for sure.
brain and thoughts. People who listen to it have like violent behavior. They've behaved violently because of that.
Violence.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
yeah.
Also, I don't want to scare people, but like, how about jinn and like jinn can mess with you, right? But when you listen to music and committing other sins, you're weakening yourself up. You're weakening your spiritual defenses against jinn,
That's right.
which are a real, creature that Allah allowed. Allah allowed for evil in this world to test, right? We want free will. There's also evil and good.
That's right.
Yeah, jinn and shaitan can definitely hurt you. So what you look at, the environments you're in. I know people that go to concerts and they come back and they're different.
Subhanallah.
It's a real thing.
Absolutely. So
Protect yourself.
we will take a short break and come back. Brothers and sisters, Jazakallah khair. We'll be back in few minutes, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.